We come back from commercial with some breaking news. Sirens sound. This from Shams Charania of ESPN. The Orlando Magic are trading Tyus Jones to the Charlotte Hornets for cash considerations. So the same day that Charlotte goes out and trades for Kobe White, they bring in Tyus Jones. John Wall, your initial reaction is what?
I was surprised because you know what? Orlando won to sign Tyus Jones this summer, thinking he's going to get an opportunity to play a little point guard for him. It doesn't work out. You go to Charlotte, and I think he can be a buyout contender and go to one of these teams we're talking about that need a point guard at the time.
Because the Hornets certainly don't.
Yeah, they got him, Kobe White, Mike Conley, Sion James, Trey Mann, LaMelo Ball.
So the motivation for the Magic is that this trade gets them out of the tax. I think, and what's that, Ronnie? There's 2 second-round picks going to Charlotte as well in the trade. So to take on the money, help them get out of the tax. So that was the tax in the trade. So there you go. Hornets get 2 second-rounders. So
the Hornets are doing good for themselves.
Yeah, they're stockpiling for.
Yes.
So you know what is really fun about this week is that you're seeing teams that are toward the bottom of the standings or they're not true contenders. They're the ones who are being the most aggressive as they try to open their own competitive windows as organizations. Yeah, I think that's really, like Utah Jazz, Jaren Jackson Jr. out of nowhere, and the Charlotte Hornets in the midst of a 7-game winning streak, being aggressive like this.
I think all those teams, you're looking at it, they got pieces that some other teams would like to add.
Yeah.
And this is a good draft where if they get a piece that they think can help their franchise be ready to compete, we can move on some other pieces that other teams might want to have at the time. Kind of look at the Wizards in that situation for those guys. You know what I mean? Those are all the teams that if they got a high draft pick this year, okay, we might get rid of one of our young core assets that we think another team might want to use down the road if we get what we expect or hope to get in this draft coming up.
That trade for Utah is interesting. I didn't heard that. JJ's in Utah.
Yeah. John Conchar.
Right.
Jock Landale, who got rerouted.
He moved.
Yeah, he got rerouted today.
And Vince Williams went there, and then you have
those are the 4 players in
Warren
Utah.
Clayton Jr. Went to Memphis.
Yep.
And somebody else.
Yeah.
So they're going to play JJJ next to Lowry?
So here, Slow-Mo back in Memphis.
Yeah, Slow-Mo, Taylor Hendricks, Gordon Yang, all those guys. Yeah, you can play JJ next to Larry Marketing because you have Ace Bailey. You can play there too at 3 if you need to at times. But also they still have Nurkic right now, right?
They do have Nurk.
So you can play Larry Marketing at the 3. Where Walker Kessler's out for the year with shoulder surgery,
He's a restricted free agent, but it seems like the Jazz feel good about their ability to bring him back. I mean, look, the Western Conference, if you're going to compete at the top of that conference, you better have a tough front line.
Yeah,
no question about it. Especially with as long as Joker's there, that's going to be true.
Yeah,
you got OKC with Chet.
You got Sagoon. With the Rockets, so you got to be ready. But I think just like you still have Nurkic that can help them out at times, so you can play JJ at the 4 if you want to, and you can play Larry Marketing at 3. You got a tall lineup.
That's fun.
Yeah. And with the young play, the way Ace Bailey's coming into his own,
he's 6'9".
You could play him at the 2, and you have Keontae George that's playing well right now at the point guard role. So I think they're doing a lot of great things, but I wouldn't be surprised if they might move Nurkic because they're trying to bring Walker Kessler back.
The trade deadline special for us on the association is Thursday. We're live at 2 p.m. Eastern, so 11 a.m. Pacific, all the way through the trading deadline, breaking down deals as they happen. And a lot of deals have been done up to this point. So has there been one that you really like? Doesn't have to be a headline stealer, right? It doesn't have to be James Harden to Cleveland. Doesn't have to be Jaren Jackson Jr. to Utah. Maybe you loved what Cleveland did in their first deal, the initial deal over the weekend, getting Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder. Which one?
I love the pairing of AD and Trae Young. It's so perfect because Trae, you know, he loves people think about the way he shoots threes, but he loves to get downhill. He loves to get in the paint, and he has that float game. But it's dangerous when you pair that with a lob threat, somebody you can throw lobs to. So the pairing of those two are so potent to me.
And I like my trade I would like, and I think a lot of people sleep on is Kevin Huerter going to Detroit.
Detroit needed
another shooter. You know what I mean? They had Tim Hardaway and Malik Beasley last year. You lost both of them, but you go get Duncan Robinson. But I think adding Kevin Huerter is another great piece because what they said was we're #1 right now. We don't want to add too much. I mean, they didn't want to shake up too much the way they're playing well now, but Kevin Huerter's a guy that can play defense, knock down shots, and they also didn't have to move none of their core guys. They have to move none of their main guys to mess up their roster. So I think that's good. And a great opportunity for Jaden Ivey to get a fresh start in Chicago.
I was just going to say, man, like the other side of that for Jaden Ivey, I almost, my first reaction was, gosh, like, I get it, but I feel like you're selling a little low on Jaden. Coming off like a really horrifying injury, horrible injury. He doesn't look like himself. Well, yeah, of course he doesn't look like himself yet. He just got back. And so now, for him, kind of a change of scenery and a chance to, get back to that form with a fresh start in Chicago. I'm excited for him.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, there's a lot.
Once they move all the other guards,
That was exactly what I was going to say. Once they figure out what's going on with all those guards over there.
It's a family reunion over there.
I mean, seriously, there's still plenty of dust that has to settle over the United Center before we can really see the Bulls picture clear, or their plan a little bit clear.
That's dangerous, the Kevin Huerter pickup, because that's something that the Pistons have been struggling with a little bit. If you can point to anything, it's been their three-point shooting. So now that they've picked him up, and you open up all that room for Cade, for JD, the only question I have with him is youth.
So I asked C. Haynes yesterday on this couch if there was another move coming for Detroit ahead of the deadline, and he said, granted, it was on Tuesday, and plenty can change ahead of a trading deadline, but he said for now they felt done. If Detroit stands pat, does nothing else the rest of the way, do you still view them as the clear-cut one in the East?
In the sense that they'll win the most games, yes. I think they're that young team that's hungry. That one seed means that much to them. But then you see veteran teams, once they've gotten that one seed, they're not so concerned with it in the following seasons. They're more concerned with having home court advantage and just getting that trophy. Now, the Pistons, they're young. They haven't been to the promised land yet. They want to win as many games as possible. They want to get that first seed. And if they get into the playoffs, who knows what happens? They're still young. I keep saying that word, but they don't have the experience.
I just want to see, I hope that Carlos Vert can be healthy. I think he's another ball handler they can use, because when the playoffs come, we know how special Cade Cunningham is. Teams are not going to allow him to play one-on-one. Somebody else is going to have to beat me. And I think Jalen Duren is having an amazing year. He's their second option. But I think you got to have another ball handler out there that can make plays outside of Cade with the basketball in his hand. I think Carlos Vert can be that guy to step in that role to help him out.
Point.
Another highlight delivered by our friend C's, so let's show it to you. KC, first team to 40 wins, best record in the NBA. The first time you'll be able to see them on the court after the break is February 20th. This may not seem like a big deal because the reigning champs are the reigning champs. They got depth, but he is the straw that stirs the drink.
I think it's a big deal, though, just because Jalen Williams is out and A.J. Mitchell. Those are the other two guys that's their ball handlers that they use if SGA did go out. So I think it's a little bit of wear, but it's like we know we haven't been healthy all year. And most important, a dominant strain is something you can't mess with. It's like a serious injury you can rehab and you can tweak it right back again. So they're doing the right thing to be precautious about it. But you probably wouldn't have this scare if Jalen Williams and A.J. Mitchell was playing healthy. But those two guys are out. So who do we look for to be our primary ball handler? That's the question I can't wait to see for OKC with the 5 games he's out until All-Star break.
Right, and we're going to at least start to get that answer on Wednesday. Everyone was looking forward to that heavyweight clash in the West with the Thunder and the Spurs, their 5th and final regular season meeting between those two teams, but no SGA, and basically I don't know who's going to play for the Thunder.
It felt like, you know how many times we talked about the San Antonio Spurs? Okay,
it felt
like they had a playoff series. They already had a playoff series in the first half of the season, but it's been great matchups.
It's been unbelievable.
It's been amazing. That's a series I would love to see in the playoffs. That's the one OKC probably want to see later. But I think that would be a great series. But it's going to be interesting to see what they put out there on the floor tonight.
Because Rolo, it's SGA, Caruso, A.J. Mitchell, Lou Dort, Hartenstein, Chet. It's the whole roster.
So they first 10 basically out.
They kind of just, I think.
Jared McCain, how fast can you get?
They're trying to get the physical done now.
Yes, trying truthfully. So it does take a little bit of the luster off that matchup. But when certain guys aren't playing, other guys will. So an opportunity, and that's actually, if I'm trying to spin it a little bit, another test of the rivalry there is that, like, no matter who's on the floor, there's some juice to that game. I'm going to be looking out for that tonight too.
Yeah, perhaps. And what's been great about the Thunder, they're like the Celtics, they're like the Spurs. They have those systems where they have those system players that those identities, those personalities that match the team.
Yep.
So you insert whoever you need to into the lineup, and you're going to get similar results. Like I remember playing against the Spurs back, 10 years ago with Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and everybody. Pop would sit Manu, they'd sit TD, they'd sit Tony Parker, and you'd be playing against their second or third string. They'd still come in the building.
Get a win.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's one of the games that we're looking forward to. Another one we kind of had circled for different reasons is the final game of the night in Inglewood. The Clippers hosting the Cavs. Cleveland and Los Angeles just linked up for a bit of a trade. James Harden going to the land, Darius Garland coming to Los Angeles, along with a second-round pick from Cleveland. And so I would be remiss if I didn't ask you guys, Robin Lopez and John Wall. You got big and a guard combo here. Your thoughts on Harden's fit next to Spida with Mobley and Allen? We'll start with you, John, as you see Harden changing uniforms yet again.
I think it's interesting. Most important, like James makes everybody around him better. Pick and roll. He's going to get Jared Allen and Mobley right here. Let's get to the gym. Let's get this pick and roll down pat. You look how he improved with Zubac and doing those things. He also gave him a guy that can run the team, can score the ball late in the shot clock. Most important for me, and everybody going to say this, is how are him and Spida going to react? That's how I want to see how they play together. Because Spida's ball dominant and James is ball dominant. I just want to see how it's going to work out. Those two guys that can score the ball at a high-level clip. You know what I mean? If James get tired or need to get out the basketball, Spida can do that. But I want to see how well those two bigs
coexist.
Yeah, can they coexist very well together? I got to see it.
Rolo, were you, I know you watch Clippers basketball, perhaps for a different reason, a familial one.
Maybe, perhaps.
Maybe a twin or so over there.
Yeah, Zoo, right?
Hold on. Did you feel a disturbance in that Twins force when before this trade was announced or as it was announced?
I did, because they didn't get rid of him. The Clippers had a great chance to get off of Brook Lopez. They didn't take advantage of it.
Where they was going to send him?
Oh, I don't know. China?
Stop it. But give me your standpoint as a big, like putting yourself in the same shoes as Mobley and Allen, because I think that if you're to look at this trade glass half full, in conjunction with the other moves of getting Keon Ellis 3 and D and Dennis Schroeder, a veteran backup, the glass half full view, Rolo, has been, having Spida and Harden, that could unlock Jared Allen and Evan Mobley at a level we haven't seen yet. Would you take that same view?
So I play with DG, and I wish he could stay on the floor.
Yes.
Wish he could stay on the floor. That was the first thought I had. So I hope, with the Clippers, he can be out there for them. With James Harden, if I was a big man out there, I'd be salivating. I remember when I played with Steve Nash, that taught me to run around the floor when we were on offense just with my hands up all the time.
Better.
And that's what J.A. and Evan, they're going to have to do with James Harden out there, because they're going to have so many opportunities playing with him.
And I think we're going to jump into a live look here, but as we transition into that, John, the fact that we have seen Donovan